Hi everyone, Merry Christmas. I'm Father Michael Fapiano, the pastor of St. Mark Parish here in Falston. This year has been a little different than what we're used to, and even Christmas is a little different. And I'm so glad that you're considering attending Mass here at St. Mark this Christmas, and even Mass will be a little different this year. And I would like to take a few moments to help you to feel comfortable and help you to know what to expect when you come here to celebrate Mass this Christmas at St. Mark. The first thing I'd like you to know is that we have expanded our Mass schedule. We're offering a lot more Masses this year so that we can preserve our social distancing and that we can feel comfortable inside the church building. So on Christmas Eve, we're going to have Mass at 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 p.m. And we're also going to be offering Mass in the McCall Center at 1, 3, and 5 p.m. So there will be 2 Masses going on at those times in order to space out everyone at the Mass. Then on Christmas Day, we're going to have Mass in church at 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. The first thing I'd like you to think about and consider before you attend Mass on Christmas is, do you feel well? If you're not feeling well, we encourage you to please stay home and watch the live stream of our Masses. We are also inviting you to take your temperature when you are at home. And if you have anything over 99 and above, you should be staying home this Christmas. Also, are you part of a high-risk population, elderly or someone who has underlying health conditions? If you're in one of those populations, we maybe ask you to consider watching the live stream Mass this Christmas. And finally, bring children to church. I know children can be kind of full of life and kind of hard to pin down, but the children aren't going to be able to kind of run all over the place, and they also have to wear masks when they're in church 5 years old and above. So consider whether your children will be able to handle that at Mass this Christmas. Also, I will remind you that there is no obligation to attend Mass this Christmas. Archbishop Lori has offered a general dispensation from the obligation to attend Mass, and that includes Christmas time. We do have our live stream available, which you can access on our Facebook page and also our YouTube channel. I'd also like to tell you a little bit about the preparations that we have undertaken for your visit, because your safety here at St. Mark is our number one priority. Our church and our hall have been sprayed with a surgical-grade protective barrier to kill any germs or bacteria that fall on the hard surfaces. We also have a diligent cleaning of both of our facilities on a very regular basis. When you come onto church campus, there will be no holy water. That's not available. But what you will find is hand sanitizer. That we have an abundance of. And also keep in mind that restrooms will be generally less available. We're only allowing one person in the restroom at a time. So remember that the restrooms will not be as available as they usually are. So, what to expect when you come to Mass on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day? The first thing is to arrive early. I can't say how important this is. You have to arrive early. I'm suggesting a half hour is a good time frame for arrival to Christmas Eve or Christmas Day Mass. When you come to church, please bring a mask. Everyone over the age of 5 must wear a mask when inside the church or the McCall Center. Anyone who does not have a mask will not be allowed to attend Mass. When you approach the doors of the church or approach the McCall Center doors, you will be greeted by a member of our welcome team. They will give you hand sanitizer and invite you to come into the building. As you come into the building, you will be greeted by another member of our welcome team who will then show you to a seat. You will be seated with those with whom you arrive. There can't have any saving of seats for family members who may be arriving at a different time. So you will be seated with those you arrive with at church or the McCall Center. And when you arrive at your seat, that's the time we ask you to prepare then for entering the celebration of Mass. There are a few things that you're not able to do when you come to Mass. As I mentioned, you're not able to pick your own seat. You're also not able to reserve seats. And we're asking you to please refrain from physically greeting friends. I know this has been a hard time where we just kind of want to go up and hug or shake the hand of someone that we know, maybe an old friend, but we're not able to do that inside the church. We're also not going to allow anyone to congregate in the lobbies or vestibules or on the line for the restrooms. We have to keep all of those spaces open so that we're not crowding on top of each other. And finally, and this sounds a little weird, you're not allowed to sing in church. I know we usually encourage you to do that, but now we're discouraging it because the experts tell us that when we sing, we increase the chances of spreading the virus and spreading anything else that we're carrying. So when you come to Mass, we will have an organist or a pianist and a cantor who will be doing the singing for us. We simply invite you to sing along in your heart or maybe to hum along, because I know we all love our Christmas carols, but we're encouraging you to please not sing when you're here at Mass. Also, you'll notice that our procedures for receiving Holy Communion are a little different. In both the McCall Center and the church, on the corners of the sanctuary, there will be tables. And you will proceed up to those tables at the direction of the welcome team. They'll give you a little hand sanitizer before you leave your seat. And as you come up, you'll see markers on the floor. And if you follow those markers to the table, you'll be preserving the social distance between you and the other people in the communion line. As you approach the table, we ask you to please lower your mask, to receive Holy Communion in the hand, and after you have placed the host in your mouth, to put the mask back over your face and return to your seat. We are encouraging everyone to receive Holy Communion in the hand. This reduces the chances of physical contact between the communion minister and your mouth, which of course is much more sanitary. So I know, again, this is a little different, but please, these procedures are there to keep us all safe while at church. And the final thing about when you're in the church is dismissal. So we're all used to kind of when Mass ends, everyone just kind of moves towards the door. But in order to keep social distance, we're not doing that. The members of the welcome team will be dismissing you row by row so that you can maintain that distance. There will be baskets as you're leaving to place your offertory envelopes, your offerings for the ministry of the parish. And we ask you to please proceed directly to your cars and avoid congregating in the various parts of the church after Mass. So that's about a few things to expect when you come here to church for Mass. And I have finally a few concluding thoughts. The most up-to-date information is always going to be available on our website, which is stmarkfalston.org. You know, the situation is kind of changing very fluidly these days, so please check our website where you will always find the most up-to-date information. I'd also like to encourage us not to think about the Masses in the McCall Center as overflow Masses. They are actually going to be a Mass. There will be a priest there celebrating Mass. So while we may prefer to go to the church normally, I'd like to encourage you to consider attending one of the Masses in the McCall Center. It will be decorated with flowers and Christmas trees and all those wonderful things that we're used to. So please don't think about the McCall Center as overflow, but maybe consider it as your option for Christmas Eve Mass. I'd also like to let you know that once the church and the auditorium are full, we will be turning cars away on the parking lot. We're not going to be allowing any standing room or congregating anywhere in the buildings. So again, as I said, you need to get here early for Mass at Christmas time. And finally, I'd just like to say, yes, it's different. Everything is different in 2020, and Christmas is going to be a little different, and church is a little different. And that's okay, because Christmas will still be here. Jesus will still be born. we're still going to be celebrating. We're still going to hear those wonderful Christmas carols and see the wonderful decorations. And that celebration is the most important part. So yes, we acknowledge that difference, but I'd encourage you to try not to focus on that, but rather to focus on the good news of the birth of Jesus. So my friends, again, thank you for taking the few moments to watch this video. I hope you've enjoyed my roaring digital fire behind me here today. And I would like to wish you and your family members a very Merry Christmas. From all of us here at St. Mark to all of you, Merry Christmas, and have a happy and healthy New Year. God bless you.